you ever seen a wolf before?
Yes, actually, I
You
did.
did?
Story, now that I'm thinking about
Really?
it. Yeah.
I was in high school, and they brought in 4 wolves. Like 300 people in the auditorium, and when they came in the auditorium, you could hear
Yeah.
a pin drop.
Captivating, right?
We couldn't believe it. They're so big and they're so massive. I bring that up because there is a new documentary, and that documentary is highlighting the work of a local animal sanctuary. The film explores our connection to wolves through the work of actions specifically from Wolf Connection Ranch.
And joining us today is director and executive producer of Remaking Wolf Connection, Peter Von Puttkamer. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about Remaking Wolf Connection. Tell us all about it.
Well, I'm a filmmaker. I've been producing films for many decades for Discovery Channel, National Geographic, and so on. And recently I've been working with a new nonprofit streamer called EcoFlix. And the founder, David Castleman, one of his goals is to, teach people about animals and improve our understanding of animals in the world. So Wolf Connection has an amazing program where they draw a connection, an ancient connection that we have to wolves going back tens of thousands of years. And he rescues wolves that are in trouble in life-threatening situations. And he also brings in teens that are in schools and in the probation system and so on. And they find a mutual bond, and the kids really respond.
So did you have any connection or any sort of knowledge about wolves before embarking on this documentary?
I had an understanding of wolves, and certainly I've worked with a lot of large predators around the world. I know that large mammals in general are really under siege. They seem to get in our way a lot, from a farming perspective and things like that. And so we have misconceptions about wolves. And I think the people at Wolf Connection feel that, teens they have a lot of misconceptions about teens, or they feel that they're not being understood. So that's sort of the natural bond, excuse me, that comes together, teens and wolves.
So what did you learn personally about Wolf Connection's creator?
About Teo?
Mm-hmm.
Teo Alfaro is, he's from Argentina. He originally was in the army, and he began working with kids in a counseling situation and rock climbing, sort of outward bound type activities. And he moved to LA and he began counseling in schools. He once brought in a wolf to a classroom, and he saw what an important connection kids had to them. And that's where he came up with the idea of helping the wolves and helping young people and creating the Wolf Connection.
So these kids that we're looking at, are these kids that go through I think there's a program called Outward Bound, mm-hmm. where kids might misbehave or something like that, and they get sent to live in the wilderness. Are those the type of kids you're talking about?
It's a little different from that. It's not sort of putting them through intense physical things that you might have in an outward bound camp. It's more like kids that have been maybe close to being expelled from high school. In some cases, they're through the court system in a probation situation, and they're sent there to help them with their own personal emotional difficulties, things that might have got them in trouble in the first place.
Why do you think wolves are so helpful, assuming that the program is successful? Why are wolves so helpful in that?
You can see the shot there. I mean, they just, excuse me, the wolves just arrive as themselves. They're very honest. That's what kids respond to, that it's not like a domesticated dog with expectations of being patted and all this. Wolves just hang out, and there's always this sense of, oh, it's a dangerous animal, but look how kind they are, and look how they're responding to my feelings and emotions. So that's what the kids react to, and this is all natural behavior you're seeing there. The kids hang out and the wolves just respond in that way.
So fascinating to watch this. So this film is streaming on a nonprofit platform. You kind of talked about it a little bit, EcoFlix. How did you get involved with this?
Oh, okay. Well, through a biologist, Niall McCann, who is a star of a series I produce called Biggest and Baddest, Wild Survival. Niall connected me to David Castleman, and David's a attorney, California attorney, and also a philanthropist. He started an elephant sanctuary in Cambodia 20 years ago. Cher just took an elephant there from Pakistan that was abused. So David understands the need for helping animals worldwide, and he created EcoFlix to, improve public understanding of wildlife and environmental themes. It's a nonprofit. All the dollars that people pay a small fee to join, and it goes straight to a nonprofit NGO of their choice, connected to EcoFlix.
So, Peter, I kind of have a thing for elephants. So when you do
Yeah.
the documentary on elephants, will you call me? Can I go with you?
Sure. Sure. Actually, we did one called Free Billy, which is about releasing a 34-year-old elephant from the LA Zoo that's been there a long time. And David's been instrumental in hoping to get him reunited with his home country and the jungle.
We did a story on elephants yesterday. I think elephants can hear through their ears and their feet, correct?
That's true. I mean, for one thing, they communicate subsonically. They have this really low rumble that many people don't know that much about, but these sounds go through the earth and they go for miles. And so through their feet, they can feel that.
They feel that's the sensation.
All right, well, we want to see elephants next weekend, so we're going to book you again for that.
Yeah, thank
you
you
go.
so much. Let's let
Okay,
people
well,
know
thank you.
that the Remaking Wolf Connection is streaming right now on ecoflix.com/The Wolf Connection. All right, we'll be right back.